I am Maria Garcia de Fleury. John was born in Antioch, Syria in the year 347. From a young age, he demonstrated admirable qualities as an orator. He became a priest, and everyone recognized that his ability to speak to people from the scriptures was unusual. He spent 6 years as a monk in the desert, dedicated to doing penance and studying the Bible. This consolidated in him a character of sobriety that gave great strength to his words, that shook listeners with his frankness. John found himself the unwilling victim of an imperial ruse to appoint him bishop in the city of Constantinople, the largest in the empire. Ascetic, modest but dignified, and suffering from stomach ailments caused by his fasts in the desert, John became bishop under the cloud of the imperial politics. Although very close to the imperial court, he never changed his way of being and speaking. He lashed out at corruption, which made many begin to hate him because they were attached to privileges, indolence, and vices. However, many others loved him for always speaking the truth. If his body was weak, his tongue was powerful. John was a moralist. He extracted from the Bible sayings and norms of behavior consistent with the life of a baptized person. The contents of his sermons, his exegesis of the scriptures, always made a lot of sense. Sometimes the point hurt the high and mighty. John deplored the judicial protocol that gave him precedence before the highest state officials. He wouldn't be a maintained man. His zeal led him to decisive actions. Bishops who came to office through bribes were removed. Many of his sermons called for concrete measures to share wealth with the poor. Married men did not like to hear from John that they were bound to marital fidelity as much as their wives were. When it came to justice and charity, John did not recognize double standards. Aloof, energetic, and outspoken, especially when he became enthusiastic in the pulpit, John was a sure target for criticism and personal problems. Theophilus, Archbishop of Alexandria, and the Empress Eudoxia were determined to discredit him. Theophilus feared the growing importance of the Bishop of Constantinople and took the opportunity to accuse John of promoting heresy. Theophilus and other angry bishops received support from Eudoxia. The empress resented his sermons that contrasted gospel values with the excesses of imperial court life. Intentionally or not, sermons mentioning the creepy Jezebel and the impious Herodias became associated with the empress, who eventually managed to exile John. He died in exile in the year 407. The preachings of John Chrysostom, who was called the Golden Mouth, exemplifies the prophet's role in comforting the afflicted and afflicting the comfortable. For his honesty and bravery, he paid the price of a turbulent ministry as a bishop, personal vilification, and exile. However, his wisdom remains intact through the centuries, as he was a man and a priest convinced that in all things one should give glory to God and be faithful to Him, because he knew that with God we always win.